I think it's completely reasonable for the Falcons to expect to drop 30 burgers coming out the gates, right? And that's one of the reasons why they've deemed it, hey, it's not necessary for us to play guys in the preseason because we don't get off the slow starts, right? Raheem said this last week to the media when he was asked specifically about the Bengals' decision to play their starters and basically said, hey, that's their choice because they've gotten off to some slow starts and they feel like they will get off to a faster start if they play their guys in the preseason. But I'm not worried about that because we don't get off to slow starts. And I was like, Raheem, your definition and my definition of what a slow start is very different, right? Now, we know Raheem's definition is not based off of stats because we've heard Raheem say many, many times, stats are for losers. And we discussed last year going into the season how the Falcons need to get off to a fast start. We talked about how they needed to go 2-2 in the first month of the season, and they did so. And so I think Raheem is basically saying, mission accomplished. So, if you go beyond the wins and losses, they did get off to a slow start. But again, stats are for losers, through those first 4 games. In terms of explosive plays, it was the lowest number of 20-plus yard plays that the Falcons had generated in their first 4 games combined over the last 15 years. They averaged about 19 points per game, which was the 3rd lowest point total across their first 4 games in the last 10 years. And, that 19 points includes 2 scores against the Saints in week 4 that were not by the offense on, pick 6 from Torrey Anderson, fumble recovery touchdown on special teams by Kadero Hodge. And if you remove those out of the sample, they only averaged about 15 points per game, which would have been the lowest average start for this Falcons offense in the last 10 years. So, despite those stats and all the losers that, cite those stats, the pressure is certainly going to be on this team. There's only been 4 times in the last 30 years that the Atlanta Falcons have averaged 30 or more points in their first 4 games, all coming during the prime years of Matt Ryan. 2012, they averaged 31 points, 2014, 33 points, 2015, 34 points, 2016, 38 points. They also averaged 29 points in 2018, so almost got there. But all of those were prime years, And so the pressure is now on, Michael Penix to perform like a prime Matt Ryan, right? Young Matt Ryan wasn't doing this. Young Matt Ryan, prime Matt Ryan had Julio Jones, and Michael Penix, we got Drake London. So we're good there, right? So same thing, right? So, of course, Michael Penix will perform at this high level.